Hello, friends. Did you know that you could be possibly sabotaging your own success? Did you know that you could be allowing things in your life that is destroying you or keeping you stuck or maybe even pulling you backwards in your pursuit to be a better person, a better business person, or achieving success or doing anything great that you're trying to achieve? You could be the problem. And what did I mean by this? A lot of times we're trying to add things to our life to make us better. We're trying to learn, we're trying to achieve, we're trying to do different things that get us to that next level that we're trying to get to. But we're trying to deal with some of those same old negative attributes or habits that we have in our life. So today in this video, I want to submit to you. It's not about adding things as much as it is sometimes about removing things. And that is true in my life, and it possibly could be true in your life. You see, I've seen sometimes I have to become a better person in order to achieve the next level that I'm trying to get to. But in order for me to get to that next level, I have to stop some things in my life that are going on because I can't take that baggage to that next level. You get me? We sometimes we say that I want to go at higher heights, but sometimes when you go into higher heights, you got to drop some weight. And I'm not talking about physically, but even though that's true as well, but you got to drop some dead things, some negative things, some cancer that might be eating at you. And today we're going to discuss 10 of those things that I've seen in myself and I've also seen in my clients. And I want to see if you guys can relate to any of these 10. But before we get started, guys, this is super important. You can go and get a degree in something that's going to help you get to that life goal that you want. You can go take courses and classes and go see coaches like myself, and we can work through things with you to have breakthrough. But I got to tell you, some of the most important breakthroughs in life happens when you remove things from your life, when you change or transform your life to a great life by getting rid of that cancer that's eating at you. So let's jump in. We're going to start with number one, and these are no order as importance. All of them to me are as important as the next. So this is just number one we're going to start with, and that's stop being easily offended. So Andre, what do you mean when you say stop being easily offended? When people say different things about you, they don't say things about you. They don't compliment you. You put something on social media and someone says something horrible about you. Or when someone makes a phrase, your mindset is already in the negative. So you take what they said and put it in the negative, and they may not have even meant what you think that they were saying. But when you're easily offended, someone can say anything that contradicts what you said, contradicts what you thought, or whatever. You develop a plan and someone scrutinizes that plan, and immediately, because your feelings are on your skin, you get upset. Now, yeah, there's some times when people are going to just attack you. Yeah, should you defend yourself in a smart, intelligent way? Absolutely. But don't be that person that no one can speak to. No one can speak into your life. You know everything, and if someone disagrees with what you're saying, you get offended. I had this come up just about a week ago. A guy that was very misinformed about a fact that I made about a scripture in the Bible. He confronted me on YouTube about that, and immediately, of course, my internal temperature went, get him, get him, get him. But then I had to pull back and say, you know what, this guy is misinformed. He really thinks what he's saying is accurate. And so I had two choices. I could either pull back and pray for this guy, or I could attack him and go after him word for word and get into a social media war. And I see people on Facebook and Instagram all the time battling back and forth. But I got to tell you, I'm misplaced it now, but there's a scripture in the Bible that tells you that you shouldn't argue with a fool, because people passing by they won't know who the fool is. So if you're easily offended and you try to defend yourself with everything, every situation that comes, man, you will never be able to move on to the next levels in life. And I'm not saying that you let the people abuse you or you just take everything from everyone, but I'm talking about, and you know what I'm speaking of, every time something comes your way, you're offended. And I'm going to tell you, if you stay in that level of mindset, it's going to hinder you from growth. It's going to stop you from achieving the goals that you want, because you're going to be sitting on the couch. You're thinking about what that person said. You're going to be sitting, driving in your car, and you can't get it out of your mind. And how many of you know that that type of mindset cannot live with a creative mindset? So you can't be creative and negative at the same time. So you have to make a choice. Are you going to dismiss what was going on, or are you going to stay in that creative zone, that positive zone where creativity lives, where energy lives, that positive energy? You can't be easily offended and go to the next level that you're trying to achieve. Let's move on to number 2. Saying yes to all opportunities. You must stop this and stop it today. All of us want to help. All of us want to be there for people. But sometimes you got to be there for yourself and what your dreams and desires and activities are. You can't say yes to everyone, because I'm telling you, people smell it on you. They smell that, hey, he's a person that likes to help. She is a person that gives of her time all the time. And they do it, and we can just call on them. They'll show up. They'll be there for you. But I got to tell you, everyone has the same amount of time in a day. And guys, if you're giving up so much of your time helping other people with everything that they come up with, when are you ever going to choose you? When are you ever going to have time for you? You have to set aside some things and say, the word that I can tell you that hurts sometimes, but it's so effective. It's the word no. It's the word no. And I had to learn this myself. I had to say no to certain things. There was a time in my life that when the phone rang, if somebody asked me to do anything, the answer was yes, because Andre was Johnny on the spot. Didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Always wanted to help people achieve their goals. But how many of you know that, not that I wasn't achieving my own goals, but I was achieving my goals slower. I was achieving my goals in a smaller fashion. I couldn't achieve the greatness that I was trying to achieve for myself, because I was always trying to help Johnny and Susie and Larry and the friends in the church. And, ooh, did you say the church, Andre? Yes, sometimes you have to tell the church no. But we should volunteer. Absolutely, you should volunteer. But sometimes you got to say no even to the church. Sometimes you got to say no even to your kids. Sometimes you got to say no even to your spouse. Because if you continue to be on this path of yes, 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 you will never, ever achieve what you're trying to achieve. Now, I'm not saying you need to be Scrooge with your time and you don't need to help people and you don't need to help your church and your wife and your spouse, and your children and your family and friends. But you have to learn to have limits on when you're saying yes. And if it don't align with what you're doing, you got to say no. And a lot of times, if people call me and say, can you help me do this? Even if I'm just sitting on the couch, that is precious time that I'm relaxing, building myself back up, and getting ready for the task that I got in front of me. So it doesn't have to be that you're busy or your calendar has something on it. You can have a clear calendar that day and still say no. It's okay. I give you permission right now, guys. You have my permission. Whatever power that means for you, you have my power to say no. And let your spouse know about it. Say, hey, this is the plan that I have. This is my schedule. If you need me, you have me between this time and that time. But if it's in between these other times, the answer is no. Because I have to be about my business, growing the life, growing the dreams that I have. And I have to learn to say no. Can you say it? Can you say no? Can you type no in the comments? I have to say no. Let everybody know what you're going to do in order to put a border between you and all those yeses. All right. So number 3, caring what haters think and what haters say about you. Now this is key into number 1, but sometimes we can carry things in the inside. We don't look like we're upset. We don't look like it's bothering us, but it's eating us up in the inside because haters are saying different things. They're not agreeing with your dreams. They're not agreeing with the task that you have. You've shared your heart with them, and they're behind your back, and you hear about it. They're saying he can't ever achieve that. Who does she think she is to be able to get that? You know, we all know the story about the crabs in the bucket. You know, you starting to try to climb out the bucket. Those haters, those crabs, they're gonna reach up, pull you back down, because a person that has no dreams, a person that has a negative mindset, they can't stand to see you succeed. And when you share your dreams with them, they're going to talk about you, because you know why? They have not created or attacked their dreams. And they don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you doing something great. And then, because what happens is they're looking at, that sounds exciting, but what have I done? If they do that, then it's going to make me look bad. If they achieve their goals and I haven't achieved my goals, somehow the world's going to know that I'm sitting here, so they're going to start hating on you. They're going to hate on you. But your goal and your job is, first thing is, don't share your dreams and aspirations with everybody. Know who you're talking to. But secondly is, you can't take it to heart. That's why I say you can't care about what they're saying, because they're going to do it anyway. And you have to protect your heart and say, I can't carry that care in my heart, because these people, they are who they are. Now, what your good job is to do, instead of caring what those haters are saying or what they're doing, your job is to pray for them. Pray for them and move on. Right? Don't let them have a hold on you, because if you marinate on that long enough, it will get in your heart. And how many of you know what's in your heart will come out of you? And a lot of times what it'll do is it'll hold you back from achieving the wonderful, great thing that you are trying to achieve. So first thing is, don't tell everybody. Don't let everyone in on your dreams. Second thing is, if you do share it and that person still flips on you and start hating on you, don't care about it. Don't take to heart. Don't let it marinate in you and become a cancer that eats you up from the inside out. Okay? Let's make sure that we're being very, very, very secretive about some of the things that we're trying to achieve. Let them see it when you win. All right. The next thing is, stop spending time with unproductive people. You know, the saying is, you're a sum total of the 5 people that you hang with. Now, I can dispute that a little bit. I don't really truly 100% agree with that, but you will become, if you truly are hanging around negative people, unproductive people, people that are not lifting you up, building you up, you will slow your growth. Now, you can be driven and maybe push through, but it's going to be very difficult for you to get through that. So the people that you're hanging with, if you struggle with alcohol, and you know alcohol is bringing you down, you're struggling with TV addiction. If you're struggling with it, and then the people that you're hanging with, they're TV-aholics, or the people that you're hanging with are alcoholics, or they're people that are okay with life, you got to find a new group, man. You need to be the person that's the smallest in the room, maybe in a room with larger people. You need to swim with big sharks. Don't swim with small sharks, because the small sharks can't teach you much. But you need to be challenged. You need to be around people that are challenging you every single moment. As you go do something, they say, man, you're doing wonderful. But because I know you got more in you. They're not going to let you sit back and just pat you on the back and clap for everything that you do. Small fish do that. Small sharks see what you do and they see it as phenomenal. Big sharks say, that's great, but you got another level in you. You got a couple more levels in you. And they're going to push you to go out and do something even better than you thought you could achieve. And when you should look back at it, it might hurt in the moment, right? It may hurt when you see, like, man, I gave my all to that. And they're saying it's good, but I can do better. How? And that's the thing. Those people that are productive, they're going to help you. They're going to show you. They're going to give you examples. They're going to inspire you. And they're going to give you ways to get to that next level versus hanging with unproductive people. They have no idea. They have no idea how to get to that level because they're like 20 levels lower. So they definitely can't tell you how to get the next level that you're trying to achieve. So hang with productive people. Hang with people that's going to drive you, people that's going to push you to success. So stop hanging with unproductive people. So we're going to move on to number 5 here. We're halfway through. We're halfway through the things that you need to take out of your life in order for you to be productive, guys. These things are toxic and you have to remove them. I'm telling you, if you start cutting this fat, start cutting this cancer, start cutting this stuff out of your life, you'll wake up and say, how did I get here? How do I get to this level of success that I'm achieving right now? But it starts with trimming the negative things, the toxic things out of your life. So number 5, stop self-sabotaging yourself. Stop with the sabotage. You know, I can say that almost 99% of all the people that I coach, they suffer from this. Self-sabotage. It's not doing what you said you're going to do. It's not believing in you. It's not trusting your plan. It's not doing if you have a plan to get up at 5 o'clock every morning and working out, you don't do it because you allow the opposition to come against you and convince you against your plan. You're always doing things like, I'm planning, but you never execute. You're talking negative in your mind about yourself. You're taking those other things like those haters and you're internalizing that and you're allowing yourself to pull yourself back. Self-sabotage is probably one of the worst things that a person can do. Because here's the thing, you can't control people, right? You can't control haters. You can't control outside circumstances, but you can control yourself. You can control how you speak to yourself. You can control how you see yourself. You know, I see people all the time, oh, you're just so dumb. Oh, you're just so stupid. Oh, I can't believe you did that. And they're talking to themselves. How many of you know that confidence is one of the greatest things that a person can have? And if you're sabotaging yourself and you're talking negative about yourself, there's no confidence there. And without confidence, you can't build yourself up to go do the hard task that's ahead of you. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you can't say that this big, hairy, audacious goal, I'm going to achieve it if you're sabotaging yourself. No, if you're on a goal of losing weight, that's your one of your big goals is I got to lose some weight, get in shape so I can take on this task. But when you go to the store, you're buying bags of chips, all right? You're buying buckets of ice cream. You can't say no to yourself. How many of you know that's self-sabotage? If you don't buy it and bring it home, you won't eat it. If it's not in the house, you can't eat it. If you bring healthy things into the house and you stick to your schedule to work out, how many of you know that if you do those things, you will see the results of them? So don't sabotage yourself by, if you're struggling with alcoholism, don't bring the stuff home. Don't go to the bar. If you find yourself, God forbid, if you're addicted to anything, don't feed yourself that stuff. Don't put yourself in a situation where you'll be tempted. If you're trying to start a business and you know that you have to do this and do that, don't do anything that distracts you from that, right? Don't self-soothe yourself by going, you have to go take this class, but you decide to go on a vacation anyway, right? And you're going to miss the class. And the next one's not offered to 6 months later. Don't sabotage yourself for things that make you feel good in the moment, okay? So self-sabotage is key to you getting to that next level, and you directly control it. There's an old saying is control what you can control. And one thing I know you can control, that's you. So we got to make sure that that's something that we don't ever do in life. What are you struggling with right now? Let us know. What are you doing? And when I say this, don't be embarrassed. Someone needs to see that they're struggling with the same issue as well. So share it in the comments. What things are you doing to self-sabotage yourself? All right, so this next one, I'm going to warn you guys. You're going to be like, what in the world is this man talking about? He's lost his ever-loving mind. He said he's a Christian and he's going to say that. So the next one is stop trusting only in God. Oh, Andre, you're going to get persecuted. Stop trusting only in God. That's right, I said it. So many times we trust only in God, and we put so much pressure on him to do everything for us that we don't look at it and say, this is a partnership. It's me and God. If you look in the Bible and you read your Bible, it says, if you do this, then this will happen. You have a part to play in everything that happens. God is not a genie in a bottle that you can rub him and then instantly you have the life that you want. You can't pray and sit on the couch. And if you're looking for a job right now, if you can't pray to God for a job and don't go fill out job applications, right? What sense does that make? You can't be trusting in God to bring you this and bring you that. But when he whispers in your heart to go do something, you say, nah, that's works. I'm not going there. Or when he tells you something simple as get up and go to Kroger. God, I don't need any groceries. Why am I going to Kroger? He's telling you what to do because he has your blessing there. But you're only trusting in him to do everything, and you don't want to do anything. This is a partnership. Guys, I got to tell you, I remember when I was at one of the companies that I used to work for, and I had to check on accounts. And I would go see an account, and this happened to me often. I would go see that account. I would service that account. I would talk to the owners or the management at that account. And then I would drive to the next, almost halfway, maybe to the next account. And the Lord would tell me, turn around and go back to that account that I just left. I'm like, why? I just left there. Why? I'm like, what? But then there was something in me said, go back. And I would honor that. And I would go back. And I would got to tell you, sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes it was just nothing. But sometimes it was extra money or contracts or revenue that I didn't discuss with the person that was there. And then another owner was there and that conversation happened and the order increased. The contract changed and increased because he was telling me to go back. But what about I said, Lord, just give me everything that I want. I ain't got to go back over there. You take care of that for me. I had not just trust in him. I had to trust that my partnership with him and me going back and me being obedient to what he said will get me where I wanted to go. Now, those other times that I told you guys that I went, I could hear in my spirit, the Lord said, I just want to see if you're going to obey me. He just wanted to see if I was going to obey what he said. And I was like, you know what? That's good enough for me. So guys, a lot of times we have to make sure that we're not just putting on all the pressure on God to show up. I can't sit there and say, God, I want you. I know I'm talking about losing weight because that's what I'm trying to do right now. So it's top of mind for me. But I can't keep saying, God, help me to lose these pounds. Help me to lose these pounds. And then I'm still going eating Big Macs. Can you relate to that? Put in the comments. Are you hearing God tell you to do something, but you're putting all the pressure on him? Are you telling him, God, you own the cattle on 1,000 hills, and you said you supply all of my needs, but he's telling you to go to work He's telling you to go find that client. He's telling you to go do something different, make that phone call that person you hadn't talked to in a while. And somehow, some way, miraculously, your natural and his supernatural collide together, and it makes your life even better. Then you know that bill is paid, that need is met, that weight is lost, right? So guys, we got to say, we can't just put all the pressure on God. It's a partnership. You working with him is the most beautiful partnership that you'll ever find. Number 7, we talked about this in previous videos, but stop judging others. Stop judging others. And this one is hard for a lot of people because we don't think it's detrimental. We don't think that it's doing any harm. But when you judge others, how many of you know, guys, that same level of judgment that you put on your friend, that person, or whoever it is, that same stuff is going to come back on you. So say if you're a person like me that talk on video, if I see other people talking on video and I'm like, oh man, she looks stupid. Oh, why did she put that on? Oh, that looks very bad. I'm sitting there judging this person, or I see a person on TV and they're like, I would never do that. Or I see a person singing and maybe they don't sound as good as they should to you. Oh, they can't sing very good. But then when you're put in a situation when all eyes are on you, you're going to be so nervous to perform. You're going to be almost stricken to the point that you can't move, or you won't press record on that video because the same things you were saying about other people, instantly that stuff is going to, oh, am I going to look right? Or what are people going to say about me? Or if I stand up in front of the church and sing, are people going to, I might miss a note. But if you don't do those things to other people, you'll see that nervousness will come down lower and lower and lower for you. But if you continue to judge other people, what they're doing, how they're doing it, what they look like, how they performed, what did they do? Then you always be in that Monday morning quarterback. If I had been there, I would have did it this way. Or if I had that situation happen to me, I would have handled it like this. Guys, you can't be judging other people and expect goodness to come to you. You don't know what that person's situation is. You don't know what they're going through. They may be performing at this level right now because they're starting out. But what happens when they keep on doing it and they keep on going and they keep on going? They don't listen to haters, but they keep pressing record. They keep pressing play. They keep jumping in the game. There's nothing like a person sitting on the sideline judging how people in the game are playing. You don't want to be that sideline guy or girl or lady or man. You don't want to be that person sitting on the sideline judging how people that are in the game are performing. Because when you get in the game, if you ever get in the game, when you get there, you're going to self-sabotage yourself because all those things that you were thinking about other people or saying about other people, you're going to think everybody's saying the same thing about you, and you're not going to perform well. So focus on you. Focus on what's going on in your life. Focus on what you're trying to achieve and praise other people. If they're not performing the way that you think, say a prayer for them. If they're not leading, singing the way that you think they should sing, pray for them. If you think that they're not doing what they should do at the level that they're at, pray for them and mind your own business. Okay. I hate to be like that, but mind your business sometimes. That's some of the best things that we can do in life is to tend to our own self. Okay. Let's move on to number 8. And I call it stinking thinking. Stinking thinking. What is stinking thinking? Well, that's when your whole mindset is negative. Have you ever been around a person like that? It's almost like you can't take it. If you are a positive, goal-driven person that's trying to pursue something great, but you're around a person that's always got stinking thinking, you can smell it almost. So what I'm encouraging you to do is stop being a stinking thinking person. The sky is always falling. People are always holding me back. I can't achieve nothing in life because they won't give me an opportunity. Those Democrats are doing this. Those Republicans are doing this. That group is doing that. Those people are doing this. No one can please you. If they gave you everything you wanted, you still want something else. Because I give this example. I was telling my wife, she's probably gonna get mad at me about sharing this, but I told her, I said, some people want, I was talking about her, but some people want you to go grow the food, harvest the food, cook the food, and almost have the nerve to want you to chew the food up for them. Because if you don't, but because their thinking is, I want everybody to do something for me, or I want this, or if it's not like this, I can't take it. Nothing's ever enough for that type of person. Not that my wife's like that. She's very supportive. She's very loving. And she is my biggest fan and biggest encourager. But some people, you're around them and you just can smell that negativity. When they walk in a room, it seems like a wet blanket just comes down on everybody in the room. And you don't want to be that person. Don't be that person that everything that comes your way, you have to find fault in what's going on. Okay? So thinking, man, you can smell it. Stay away from it. Don't be that person. Don't be the person that wings it. You're winging everything. What do I mean by winging it? You don't study. You don't research. You don't find or seek the truth. You don't prepare yourself for whatever task that you're doing. I had a pastor friend of mine actually scrutinize another pastor friend of ours about him studying and preparing his message for his sermon on Sunday. He's told me that and I'm not going to call his name, of course. He said that it doesn't take all of that he just get up and the Spirit leads him and he delivers his message. I had another friend of mine that we were doing something together as far as a ministry. And I would have the notes. I would share the notes and I would, show him like, this is how we're going to do everything. I prayed over stuff, writing it as the Lord would lead me, writing it down. I would ask him to do the same thing. And we get to our meeting and I'm like, okay, what do you have to share with us? And it was just all over the world, all over the place. I'm like, but that's not our topic, right? You're winging it. But then I would deliver what was our topic the way I designed it. And I was leading the guy. They were getting interested in what we were talking about. But this guy would go back and winging it again and take us off topic. I'm like, this can't happen. So long story short, we had to dissolve that thing. But it was so obvious that it was winging. He was winging what we were doing versus being prepared, researched, and diligent in what he was trying to go after. I'm telling you this too. You have to be prepared for what it is that's going on. You have to know your topics. You have to know what you're discussing. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that you're trying to be driven to success in it, you have to master that topic. You have to be in mastery of the things that you're trying to achieve. And not to say that you know everything about him, but you have to be on a goal to master it. When you can do it in your sleep, when you can do it, when somebody tells you, hey, I know that you talked about this topic one time, or you have achieved this. Can you get up and share some tips with us on how to achieve that? We noticed that you are performing very well in this area. Can you come up in front of the crowd, or can you share with us right now 5 tips on how you can get there? But if you've winged it, you've forgotten all that stuff. You don't even know what you talked about, right? But if you are in the level of mastery, you're trying to be the top in your field in that area. Winging it won't get you there. You can tell it. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you see people that's up, they don't know what in the world they're talking about. You can tell they don't know what they're talking about. And because they're all over the place. They're here and there and there. You can't follow them. You're like, okay, I thought you was talking about this. Now what is it that you're trying to point out to us? So guys, mastery is one of the key elements that anyone that's creating something great will tell you. You have to be on the road of mastering that topic. So last but not least, let's move on to the last one. And that is not having an outlet. And what do I mean by not having an outlet? There's a lot that goes into being great. There's a lot that goes into being successful. There's a lot to pursuing your dreams and your desires. And if you become a workaholic and you don't have an outlet, you're going to blow up. At some point, you're going to just explode and inside. For me, I'll share this with you guys. I was just working, trying to achieve my goals, trying to pay the bills, trying to be the best father I could be, being the best husband I could be, being the best owner that I could be, being the best coach that I could be, just going, and not going out and having an outlet to get that pressure out of me. That led me to had to have heart surgery. And I don't want that for any of you guys. Anyone listening to this, find yourself a productive hobby. And don't do it every now and then. Again, schedule it where you can have that time where you're going out to, can we do it? Just breathe out. Guys, I'm telling you, if you all work, it's all about work. It's all about the goals. And you don't find something that can release that stress, that pressure. If you don't find something, something's going to find you. And what finds you, you might not want. And what I mean by something that might find you, you might find yourself in a hospital. You might find yourself, we know what else. Pressure is strong. Stress is strong. And if you don't have an outlet to relieve yourself or to break that down, or, I mean, what is it for you? What is it? Where do you find that releases stress from you? Some guys I know, I've recently got into golf, and man, I love it. I love it. When I'm out on the golf course, that's stress just goes away. I also am a cyclist. When I'm out there, you're out and you're 50 miles in, you can't be thinking about no problems. You're thinking about getting back to your vehicle, right? And also, so these are my three things. I cycle, I golf, and I go to the gun range. Those things release stress from me. What is it that relieves stress from you? I have friends that they religiously go to the gym. I go to the gym as well, but that puts more pressure and stress on. But anyway, I have to do that for my health, and you should as well. But what is it that you find joy in? What is it that you're trying to achieve in life to enjoy later on in life, right? You're not trying to build this great thing just to have this great thing, but you want to have a quality of life when you get there or on your way to getting there. So share in the comments, what are some things that you do that relieve your stress? What is it that you pull away and you should say, this is me. This is what I do for my success, my stress levels. And guys, I got to tell you, if you are doing it, you need to encourage your spouse to do that as well. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't share things with your spouse, but sometimes you need to pull away and do things for yourself and by yourself, with your friends, with other people, or even by yourself. It's okay. It's okay. So guys, I'm going to run through all 10 again, just so you can make notes of them. But these are 10 toxic habits that you need to rid yourself of and get out of your life if you want to have a great life. So stop being easily offended. Stop saying yes to all opportunities. Stop caring what haters think or what they say about you. Stop spending time with unproductive people. Stop self-sabotaging yourself. Stop trusting only in God. Now, I said that if you're watching this part of this video only, go back and listen to what I said. Stop judging others. Stop the stinking thinking. Stop winging it. And stop not having an outlet. So, guys, we've gone through a lot in this video. I hope something that we discussed resonated with you. I hope that it's torn down some walls that you may have had in your life. I hope it said something in this video that I said sparked an interest for you to go and grow in life by cutting out things that shouldn't be there. Guys, it's been my pleasure to be with you today. I hope you catch the next episode. Give me a thumbs up, a like, a share. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, subscribe. I really need your help building this subscriber base on YouTube. It will be such a blessing for me. Guys, until next time, stay blessed and stay driven.